less Lakers. They were officially eliminated from playoff contention Friday night in a loss to the Nets. Caps a tough stretch for them. 6th straight year they've missed the playoffs. First time LeBron has done so since 2005. LeBron posted the following message on the gram over the weekend. Believe me, I promise Laker Nation this spell won't last much longer. I swear the marathon continues. See, what do you want to see change for this team in order to...
Man, I wish you would have swore last year. Goodness gracious. You can't be making a promise in year number 2. That ain't like you, LeBron. Like, what the heck is going on here? Oh, I swear. You swear by what? Like,
I think people, if when he signed with the Lakers, he'd have put that out there. I swear we're going to be in the playoffs next year. People would be like, what? That's all you're promising?
Yeah.
It was a given they would be in the playoffs. And
it lets you know how bad things are.
Yes.
In La La Land.
And we feel like we just heard, oh, don't worry, I swear I'm going to switch. Playoff LeBron is coming right now.
Well, Jenna,
Didn't work. All right, now it's next year.
The Los Angeles Lakers, in their existence, how long they've been playing basketball there, Nick?
Since in Los Angeles, since the 40s, starting in Minneapolis.
So 70 years or so?
Yeah.
In the first 65 years or so, how many times they missed the playoff?
5.
In the first 65 years, they missed the playoff 5 times. How many years in a row they've been out of the playoffs,
This
Nick?
will be 6.
And they just brought the King, supposed to be the greatest basketball player ever. Now, if they would have brought Jordan there, we would be talking about very, very different. But, I mean, it's go time. I mean, the fans, this is not what they're used to.
And it's not, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but from the fans' perspective, we talked about when he signed that LeBron's curb to getting acceptance from those fans was going to be bigger in LA than any other city because of the Kobe stuff and because of the history. This now made that curb half a mountain. Like LeBron went so far backwards in the views and in the opinion of so many Laker fans. You know when you could see it? When he passed Jordan on the scoring list. And there was a golf clap. And the game was stopped momentarily, and then it's like, let's just keep it moving. Because if people were already skeptical of LeBron and the Lakers, this season
certainly did not help.
Everything that's happened this season, the injury, the missing the playoffs, people blaming LeBron for the trade rumors, and Laker fans, I've learned, are oddly very protective of Luke Walton. Like, they blame him a lot for Luke Walton potentially being fired this offseason.
Well, it just hadn't been a great year. Since he signed with the Lakers, the things that they wanted to do, the personnel changes, it was the lost year. And it's also the year that we saw the kryptonite hit Superman, and that's the reason why they're not in the playoffs. They could come back with the same team. I know people have been like, oh, the same exact roster. Oh, I know they got holes in that roster. I know there's some things, a question mark, but they come back to that same roster, and they would be 3rd, 4th, or the 5th seed in the West. And the West is going to continue to get better. We don't know if Kawhi is going to go to the Clippers. Like, they're going to continue to get players. KD might be leaving Golden State, but they'll still be the favorite. He might. But the Western Conference, with the current Lakers roster, they would be 3rd to 5th. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. The concern with LeBron is, are they going to be able to win a championship, put a championship team around him? And right now, it's highly unlikely, more so than probable, after year 1.
When Chris says they could bring back the exact same team and be in that mid-tier of the playoff teams, right now the 4 through 8 seed in the West are separated by a game and a half. 43 to 45 wins is 4 through 8, right? And so if LeBron's healthy and Ingram and Lonzo, if those 3 players are healthy all year, the Lakers have 10 to 12 more wins, and they are right there where you're talking about. But that does not a championship team make. So to make the playoffs, what does he have to do to keep his promise? Don't get hurt, right? Like, don't get hurt, and they'll make that. But the standard cannot be, we can't move the goalposts in the other direction where it's, hey, it's a successful year if LeBron and the Lakers just make it to the playoffs. Maybe they can upset someone in the first round. That is not where I am at. I think most people are at.
It could have been at this season, but it certainly wouldn't be that way for year 2. But
yes.
I guess my next question would be, do you trust Magic and Pelinka to go ahead and fill in the team? Forget getting a big free agent, but to do the thing they seemingly had a hard time with do this year. They needed more shooters. They didn't get more shooters. Do you trust these 2 can put it together for the inevitable championship?
I just think where basketball is right now, basketball has changed so much. You can't win without no shooter. Unless you got 3 7-footers or something. Like, you're getting ready to do some analytics that we haven't seen. You're getting ready to overwhelm us with in the paint points. No, man, you need shooters to be able to play this game, and right now, they would have to change their philosophy. I listened to Magic's interviews as far as the offseason, the summer,
wild,
what he
right?
thought about, what he thought his basketball philosophy. Man, you can't win with that unless you had the Warriors. If you had the Warriors and you told them to not shoot threes, that's the only way. You have to have overwhelming personnel, but will they develop some type of depth? What type of shooters will they put around? And with them screwing up this year, did they mess up the AD trade? Are the Pelicans so upset right now that they will trade him to a worse deal than trading him to the Lakers? That is on the board because I don't believe the Pelicans want to do business with the Lakers. So to me, I'm concerned about LeBron's ability to be able to win because Lakers fans next year, you know what's going to happen? They're going to make the playoffs. If they don't make the NBA Finals, it's going to be a bad year.
Especially...
We're going to be halfway through his contract now. This thing's happening quick.
Especially if Kevin Durant leaves and you don't have... Like, Kevin Durant leaving ostensibly is great for the Lakers. But then there are not many excuses about not making the NBA Finals, assuming they upgrade the team. But what C mentioned about Magic in the interviews, there is a great compilation going around the internet right now that we watched last week of Magic and Jerry West juxtaposed, talking about the same basketball ideas with totally different answers about how you build a team, about what works in the NBA, how you talk about yourself. And you have one executive in Los Angeles, and Jerry West, that seems to have it all exactly right, even though he's what? Nearly 30 years older than Magic. He has continued to change with the times, 20 years older than Magic. And then one guy in Magic that seems to be, it almost feels like a Saturday Night Live parody of what a GM would be saying, which is, look at the NBA playoffs. Shooting teams don't win titles. What? Like, and on and on. So, do I have faith in Magic? Not really. Do I think the Lakers will still get a major free agent? Yes, probably despite him. Will that be enough? You need KD to leave. You need the young players to improve. There's a lot of ifs. You need to figure out who the coach is going to be.
Right.
A lot of possibles.
Jenna, but like normal, Nick won't give me credit. I did warn him.
Won't give you credit for what?
I did warn you.
About what?
About the Lakers and who was picking the personnel.
Oh,
don't get your expectations up too high.
Right, but I didn't.
No, but did I warn you?
You warned me.
Oh, there we go. That's it. Stop. That's zip.
Coming up, Gronk calls it quits after your decade of dominance.
Pretty simple. More with the game and realizing that weight training, nutrition, that's what's helped him get better besides his ability to shoot a variety of shots and dribble the basketball.
And if you saw his interview after the game but before the workout, he was asked by the NBA TV crew, what keeps you motivated? And he said very straightforward, I have a chance to be one of the greatest players to ever play this game. And if that's not motivation enough, I don't know what it is. And that's not hyperbole anymore. He might win his second MVP in as many years this year. He has been spectacular. I think Friday night, was his 6th game of 57 or more. 50 this season.
So impressive, I know.
He's been unbelievable.
Next time you could include me on that group text.
It was a DM on Twitter, Jenna.
And that free throw that was a choke job right there. His collar was a little tight, barely could breathe. It's only 15 feet.
So that ball missed it off his hand.
That ball went like 13 feet. Had no chance of going in, but their ability to be able to survive. That's what a lot of national championships teams have been able to do. They have a game that scares them. They're able to learn from those mistakes, and I think the young Duke players will do that.
The missed free throw notwithstanding, I thought Zion was spectacular, and it was really cool to see him and Taco meet at the rim with the game on the line. But for Duke, UCF showed a bit of a blueprint now. Let them shoot. They are the worst three-point shooting team in the tournament. And even if Zion gets 30, they are beatable. So when they get ready to play Virginia Tech, they're going to have some wrinkles ready for him, or just hope Trey Jones can hit some type of shot.
All right, moving on. The Lakers were officially eliminated from the playoffs on Friday, which makes the over-under on when they will seemingly part ways with Luke Walton the day after the season ends.
It's a good over-under, John.
According to reports, I'll take the under. Is that now how they work?
No problem.
Jason Kidd would be a serious candidate for the job, according to reports. Nick, would this be a good move?
No, they're better off with LeBron as player coach than Jason Kidd as the head coach.
Absolutely. Those are two bad ideas, so go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. Jay, listen, I have been as critical of Luke Walton as anybody. I don't know that he's worse than Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's name, along with Mark Jackson and Ty Lue, have been the three names connected to the Lakers throughout the season. I think Ty would be an excellent choice. I think Mark Jackson would be a fine choice. Jason Kidd, in my opinion, would be an awful choice. I really cannot recommend the Lakers strongly enough to go a different way.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lakers aren't going to call Nick, but I believe that they did Jason Kidd a favor here by putting him in the loop, getting his name out there in circulation. I don't believe he's going to get an NBA job right now. I believe he's going to go back and coach college basketball. Go back to his alma mater as far as Cal, take that job to resurrect his basketball coaching career.
All right, to the NFL.